With the Oblivion remaster finally released, I've been hooked coming from Skyrim. This game has been a wild but amazing shift from what I'm used to, and whether you're a fellow Skyrim fan trying Oblivion for the first time, or someone returning after years to enjoy the remaster, or even brand new to the Elder Scrolls franchise, this video is for you. I'll be sharing 8 useful tips for beginners and new players alike. Honestly, Oblivion flipped me on my head. I started out totally lost and really confused with some of the game's weirder mechanics that could really use a bit of explaining. So let's kick things off by talking about talking. Yeah, Speechcraft. Speechcraft, not to be confused with the mercantile skill, is your character's skill that determines how well you persuade others in dialogue. At first, it can seem a little confusing, especially if you're new to Oblivion, but it's surprisingly useful once you get the hang of it. Whenever you're talking to an NPC, even guards, you'll notice a persuade button at the bottom left of the dialogue menu. Clicking this opens up the persuasion minigame and reveals the NPC's current disposition towards you. One thing to note, their disposition slowly decreases over time while you're in the persuasion screen. So don't just stare at them like a statue, actually hit the start button to begin the persuasion wheel. Now this wheel might throw you off if you're used to Skyrim's simpler speech system. You'll see 4 options: boast, admire, joke, and coerce. As you hover over each, watch the NPC's facial expressions. If they smile, they like the option and you'll gain disposition. If they frown or look annoyed, you'll lose points. Here's the catch. You must choose all 4 options before the minigame ends, so no matter what, you'll either gain or lose some disposition. The trick is to select the NPC's favorite option when it has the most bars, which is usually 4, and pick their least favorite option when it has the fewest bars, just 1. This gives you the best possible outcome. The wheel rotates clockwise after each choice, so planning your selections ahead of time often helps. Once you get used to it, it's actually a great way to level up your Speechcraft skill for free, and it becomes pretty easy and useful in the later game. Related to Speechcraft is Eavesdropping. In Oblivion, listening in on certain NPC conversations can actually unlock new topics of discussion. It may seem like a small detail, but it becomes really helpful, especially during quests or when you're just trying to find something new to do. I totally overlooked this at first, but it's definitely worth paying attention to if you're looking for clues, quest leads, or new dialogue options. Sometimes all it takes is standing nearby and listening in and being a creep. Lockpicking is a staple in most Bethesda games, but in Oblivion, it's a lot different from what we're used to in Skyrim. If you're new to it, be warned, it takes a little more skill and it is definitely more tedious. But once you understand how it works, it becomes way easier. Here's the trick. Take your time, don't rush. You can use the auto attempt button, but let's be honest, that usually just ends with you snapping all your picks. Instead, hover over a tumbler and push it up. Watch carefully, sometimes it'll snap back down quickly, other times it'll move slower and kind of stick. When it falls really quickly, it usually means it's likely to stay up on the next try. Once you spot the pattern, you'll start to feel when to click and set the tumbler in place. Do this for each one and boom, you're in. As your security skill increases, this becomes way easier. Learning how to lockpick properly early on will save you tons of broken picks and frustration. Speaking of broken picks, let's talk about Shady Sam. Shady Sam is a secretive NPC who sells lockpicks and is super helpful early in the game. You'll find him just outside the Imperial City walls near the 11 Gardens district. Starting from the Chestnut Handy Stables, walk clockwise around the wall heading northeast. Eventually you'll spot him standing off to the side. And yeah, since Oblivion is such a good RPG, regular merchants aren't going to sell you the tools to break into their own stuff. Makes sense, right? But hey, Shady Sam, he gets it. Alternatively, if you're tired of burning through lockpicks, there's a more permanent solution, the skeleton key. You'll need to be at least level 10 to get it. Once you are, head to the Shrine of Nocturnal. You can find it just off the Yellow Road, north of Leowin, near a place called Blankenmarch. It's not far from the road. Activate Nocturnal's statue to start a simple quest that involves tracking down a couple of Argonian thieves in Leowin. Once you complete it, you'll be rewarded with the skeleton key, a Daedric artifact that never breaks. No more worrying about buying picks again, ever. This one caught me completely off guard. So here's the deal. When you're ready to level up and you go to sleep, be careful where you do it. I crashed on a random bedroll in a cave just trying to level up, and when I woke up, boom, vampirism. I caught the vampire disease in my sleep. I guess if you snooze somewhere sketchy, there's a chance you'll get sneak attacked by a vampire while you're unconscious. So unless you want to become a vampire, in which case, hey, go ahead and nap in every haunted cave you find, it's honestly worth the 10 gold to rent a room at an inn. Safer, warmer, no surprise vampire drive-bys. This one might sound obvious, but trust me, it hits harder in Oblivion than it does in Skyrim. In Skyrim, you get arrested, lose your stolen stuff, sleep it off, and move on, no big deal. But in Oblivion, jail actually lowers your skills. Yep, real stat reductions. It's a pretty brutal punishment, especially early on in the game when every skill point matters. Sure, I love hearing that iconic
"Stop! You violated the law!"
line as much as anyone, but trust me, it's not worth it. Unless you like starting over with weaker skills, just avoid getting caught in the first place. And if you do get caught doing something shady, don't even think about running. Maybe it's just me, but in Oblivion, you are not outrunning anything, pal. In Skyrim, you can sprint away from bandits or wolves and eventually they'll give up. But in Oblivion, nah. Enemies will chase you across the entire map like they've got a GPS. They're the feds. Same goes for guards. Once they're on you, it's over. You can run, but they will catch you. Probably while yelling something dramatic. Honestly, it's best to just quick save often. If you get caught doing Khajiit activities, just reload. Jail time or endless running usually isn't worth it. You're not escaping, my friend. This last tip might be the most important one. Invest in your armorer skill. In Oblivion, your weapons and armor have durability and they can break. Nothing feels worse than trying to clear an Oblivion gate with a busted sword and armor falling apart. My advice? Buy repair hammers. Yeah, in the beginning they'll break a lot and it's annoying, but trust me, paying a merchant to fix your gear gets really expensive, especially later in the game when you've got enchanted equipment. Repair hammers are cheap, so hit up every blacksmith whenever you're in town and stock up. Keep using them. As your armorer skill improves, it becomes super valuable. Eventually, you'll even be able to over-repair your gear, taking durability up to 200%, which means more damage and better protection. And once you master the skill, your repair hammers never break. You'll literally only need one. So if you're looking for the best early investment in Oblivion, this is it. Leveling Armorer will save you gold, save your gear, and make you way more efficient. Anyways, I hope this video helps you learn a few new things. Whether you're brand new to Oblivion Remastered or just coming back after years away, thanks so much for watching. I've been having an absolute blast with this game, and there's a lot more Oblivion content coming soon. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing and hanging out for more tips, guides, and challenges. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next one.